Welcome to Andertons Drum Channel. I'm Luke.
I'm Colin, and today we're going to be doing a drum off between the Drummit Speedlight and the
Roland TD-17KV V.
Very, very similar in price. I think the TD-17KV V is ever so slightly cheaper, but both kits from the get-go sound fantastic in my opinion.
Yeah, they're both really easy to get going out of the box, both with very competent modules and samples on them, and again, all the sort of pads you would expect at this price point.
Should we go over the pads quickly?
Yeah, sure.
So I think in terms of kind of cymbals, mine should technically be that little bit better. So you've got your optical hi-hats, which have way more layering and triggering, and I've got a triple trigger ride, whereas you've only got a...
Yeah, so we've got CY8s on this, so we've got unfortunately just bow and edge, but they still deliver more than you would need out of the module. They cope with the samples very nicely, and they're very reactive and sensitive.
Just give us a little swirl. Incredibly fast triggering. If I do mine as well.
Yeah, it gives you a more expressive ride, but again, we both have choke and reasonable samples to deal with as well.
You like to be choked?
Yes.
Absolutely. Just quickly give us a little slosh on your hi-hats as well. Even with the, well, if we compare it to the...
I guess, yeah, if we were to talk about application, maybe your kit is kind of more preferable for the small gigs, D&B gigs, hybrid gigs, anything where you're going to be using electronic sounds. You've got more outputs. I think we've got 4 outputs.
I've got 4. How many outputs have you got?
2, so just stereo left and right. So perhaps this is better suited for your kind of practice kit, indoor kit, but you can still take it out. You still have plenty to play with there.
Absolutely. So, feel-wise, if we want to take us around the pads, Luke.
So we've got the PDX12 pad on the snare, which has got a really nice, huge rim.
He loves a huge rim. It's just innuendo hero today.
Absolutely. So we've got
even that kind of that size does give it so much more realism as opposed to, I mean, this is a little bit smaller and a little bit tighter to be honest. So I've got 8-inch pads around and a 10-inch for the snare.
So we've got a 12 here, obviously, and an 8 for the rest of the kit. We've got the rim is very sensitive. We get a nice cross stick out of it as well. Very nice.
Cool. This is wicked. Should we compare some of the kits? I mean, that's one of the main features that we want to kind of try and do. Let's see if I can pick one. What I'm going to go for, this is called Machine Drum.
Okay, let's go for, I've got Dark Hybrid.
Nice.
Not bad.
I think mine was a little bit more kind of comical with it.
That's not comical. We got a 80s vibe there.
80s
something old
whistle
school
vibe. Yes, of course.
Should we move on to something a bit rockier?
Yeah, absolutely. If I can find a rocky kit.
How about, I've got Arena Stage.
Arena Stage, right. I think that floor tom sounds amazing, but I think yours has a bit more full body.
Well, yeah, we can dial in ambience on this one, which is nice. So across the top, we've got a few different faders, which are, I guess, if I was to pick a favourite out of the UI, like we've got
the UI. Is
the UI.
Urinal infection.
User interface.
That's probably more.
So we have ambience, bass, treble, and volume all hard-coded onto faders, and then we can assign pads, samples, user samples, muffling, tuning. Individual levels.
I think as a whole, the interface is a much more kind of user-friendly thing, whereas I think I need to go more into the unit to kind of attribute kind of different decays, reverbs and things on the pads individually.
I mean, it's powerful in its own way. We can't forget as well that this is sold, well, not sold with, but you can download the PC and Mac editor.
Which is fantastic for kind of uploading your own samples, making it incredibly user-friendly as well.
Streamlines that whole process.
Yeah.
You can obviously load in samples into the TD-17 now, and Roland have sort of joined the modern world with that. Previously, their kits were a bit locked down. Their samples have always been great, in my opinion, but
yeah, absolutely.
You know,
it's like they almost haven't had to need it, but they are kind of keeping up with the times.
Well, demand is increasing for that sort of work, and the nice part about this is it's all, again, hard-coded into the user interface on the front. We load in via USB on this one, SD card as well, for those of us that are still using that. And of course, we can run Bluetooth audio directly into the module from any device that supports Bluetooth.
Mine doesn't actually have Bluetooth, so you've got me one up on that one as well. Do you want to try another kit?
All right.
So I've gone for Stadion, spelled Stadion, because they're super cool. Let's have a listen.
So you've gone for Stadium, right?
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I might go for, let's go for something like the Super Boom Layered. Actually, that's probably electric. Let's go for something a bit more in keeping with what you've got. Live Rock, number 32. How's that?
Do you want to just give us a ring? Nice. Yeah, really good. Right, should we pick another kit?
Sure.
You can lead the way this time.
Alrighty. Let's go for something a little more electro. Let's go for 808, one of my personal favourites.
808.
So again, if we look at the feet, we've got the the FD9, sorry, for the hi-hat on the Roland. So it's a rubber hi-hat stand, not quite as nice.
I've got the actual physical hi-hat stand, which obviously if you're trying to keep a chick, it's the real deal.
Yeah, it's a superior.
Yeah, a feel thing, and the kind of response of it as well is that a little bit better. But I would say that your bass drum pad, which is going to be a bit better than mine, because mine's just got the rubber.
Yeah, whereas we've got mesh on our KD10 here, which is a big step up from the old KD9. It's much heavier, so it doesn't travel anywhere near as far as the KD9 used to. Stays in place, therefore, and in terms of room noise and just really meaty, nice pads.
I did actually find that we had to use a heavier pedal, as mine was actually starting to slip a little bit, but I'm a heavy-footed player anyway.
Yes.
Right, so we put our bass drums to the test and play a little disco beat. Pros and cons to each kit, but I'm always favoured more towards the Roland in my personal opinion. How about you, Luke?
Well, yeah, I mean, so Roland obviously had a reputation for good samples. Their kits are sturdy, they last a long time.
Well, they've been making the most robust kits for the last 10 years, but I think the 2Box is very, very, very close behind in terms of kind of value for your money, especially with the cymbals and the feel of the kits, the triggers as well. Again, you can put all your own triggers on there as well, which is a fantastic little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Just going back to the pads, it's really cool to see a triple trigger ride and an optical hi-hat at this price point.
Yeah.
You really don't see that until, especially from Roland, until you hit the top level stuff that they sell. But you know, the 17 series sounds great. It uses the samples from the 50s, and the pads are hard wearing and very sensitive. So they both have their
perks and qualities.
Merits.
So the decision is up to you. Thank you so much for watching us this time on the Drum channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Maybe we should play them out with another kit.
Sure.
Awesome.